Hey my lovelies, I hope you are all safe and well. It's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's Facebook card reveals for you all. Sorry, my hair looks a little bit windswept today. Went on a little bit of a cheeky dog walk with little Oski, and then me and my sort of sister met up for a cheeky catch up. Bit of a sibling day today in between clients, which was muchly needed. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, let's look at this week's cards and see where the energies are taking us. So, if you were drawn to card number 1, we're going into the energies of the Hanged Man. Now, when the Hangman shows, it's feeling a bit stuck, it's feeling a little bit suspended, it's feeling a little bit caught up in head and heart often, you know. Head is saying one thing, heart is saying another. Maybe we're just feeling a little bit kind of consumed in thoughts, feelings. Maybe we're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes this can show if mental health has been a little bit loud and a little bit sort of intense and everything else. And yeah, it's just that whole sort of feeling, it's that whole realization of sometimes just being quite overwhelmed with everything, you know. So there's a little bit of that going on. And I think the key thing with this is don't string yourself up unnecessarily. So if thoughts have been a little bit kind of loud, if thoughts have been a little bit pressurizing, it's really important to turn this card upside down and keep perspective. So by turning the card upside down, we sort of have this recognition that like he's sort of on this sort of tightrope here almost, and the noose is around the foot, and it's trying to stay grounded and it's not giving away one's power. And by turning it upside down, we have higher connection to consciousness. We have that figure of 8, you know, that sort of universal love that comes in. I think sometimes the pressures of life, the demands of life, people's expectations that they place on us can make us feel really kind of mentally exhausted at times, you know, and it's just sort of getting out of all of that really. So it's not giving up on yourself, it's not dropping the ball, but it comes in a lot when we're struggling mentally or just physically. Maybe we're spinning plates, maybe there's a lot of stuff going on. Hangman can show up as well when our soul is feeling a little bit old, and sometimes it's hard to be part of the physical world. The physical world can be very demanding, the expectations from the physical world can be very demanding, and sometimes that in itself can become quite exhausting. But don't torture yourself, don't sort of put yourself in any place of detriment. If you've been struggling, if things are feeling overwhelmed, have the conversations that need to be had, own the energies that need to be owned, and be kind to yourself, you know. The Hanged One or the Hanged Man often isn't as problematic as we feel it to be, but often we sort of tie ourselves up in knots. We literally string ourselves up unnecessarily. And I think there's a focus with this on not doing that. You know, owning the energy that genuinely is yours. But if there's energy that's being placed upon you, or if there's energy that's been put at you that you know isn't yours, you know, don't take it on. If you 100% know that didn't happen, that isn't mine, I'm not carrying that stuff, be brave enough to send it back, and send it back with love. You're not sending it back to hurt or harm anybody, but don't take on crap that isn't your stuff to deal with. Most important. So interesting if you've been drawn to card number 1. Now then, as we're moving into card number 2, we're going into the energies of the 8 of Cups. I quite like this pictation of the 8 of Cups. Sometimes we reach a point in our life where we just get to a stage where we're done with stuff. And there's no screaming, there's no shouting, there's no unpleasantries. We're not needing to justify ourselves, we're not needing to explain ourselves. Sometimes we just reach a point with energy and with things, whether it's with people, circumstances or situations. This shows up a lot when we're in jobs that we're just reaching that ceiling height with. It could be lots of things. A relationship that you've outgrown, a friendship which just isn't flourishing in the way that it needs to. It could be many things. And it's this whole realization of like, I have to be done, I have to tap out, I have to walk away. Not to hurt or harm anybody, but for your own mental security and for your own heart center. So 8 of Cups, if you've been drawn to this card, maybe there's something happening for you at the moment in your life where you've reached that ceiling point and there's no more adjustment room, there's no more space that you can work with something. And maybe there's this realization of things maybe just naturally coming to a close, you know. And if that is happening, or if that has happened, like I say, it's nothing nasty, it's nothing bad, it's nothing detrimental. It's just getting to this point in time of like, I am now setting myself free from this because this isn't healthy, this isn't good enough for me, this doesn't give me the energetic return that I need it to. And so we have this kind of bridge, and there may be people that don't like your decisions, they may not support your actions or your choices, but as long as you're not hurting or harming anybody, and sometimes the people we love the most, we have to set free, you know? Maybe that's happening for some of you guys, but it's just about walking forward and not having to take on the same level of detriment. This card shows up loads when there's psycho bosses, when there's friends that are becoming possessive or jealous or envious, when there are relationships that are becoming very narcissistic. It could be loads of pockets of loads of things, family sort of dynamics. I can't see obviously what the individual subject matter is because it maybe is lots of things for lots of you guys. But if you know that you've reached a point where you've shown up as you, you've been brave enough, you've been real enough to be yourself, you hand on heart know what you've brought to the table, and if it hasn't been good enough, or if it's not been received in the right way, then it's almost like, I now maybe need to tap out. So it's having enough value, it's having enough respect. Oh, sorry if you can hear my dog going into. Sorry about that. It's having enough to respect to sort of tap out of things and to just walk away and to find peace within your heart, to give yourself that mental security so that you're not torturing yourself with lower level crap, you know? And sometimes that the sort of most rewarding journeys are the ones that are being walked more independently, but it's not nice when we have to sort of bow out from something, particularly when we've not wanted to give up on a situation or an energy or a person or a job or a career or whatever it might be. But sometimes we just reach a point where things become unsustainable and this is the only option. And so maybe some of you guys are feeling that a little bit at the moment. And finally, as we're going into card number 3, we're going into the energy of the Lovers. So I always think this is quite an interesting card when it shows. In the first instance, Lovers is always about self-care, self-love, self-value, doing the things that resonate for your heart, putting your energy first, loving yourself and being the best to your own spirit, being the best from you to you in the first instance. That's most important. Then, depending obviously on connections, determines where this sits really. So it could be for some of you that there are new friendships naturally forging, and maybe there's a newfound love for a person that wasn't there before. So maybe that is happening naturally. And if it is, obviously embrace that, enjoy that, and see where the energy takes you. It can show up romantically as well. So obviously if you're with a partner, maybe there is just a coming together of energy. Maybe there's a need to spend a bit more time as a couple and have that deeper connection. This can show if there are anniversaries or celebrations or, you know, engagements, the next stage of life with somebody. So maybe we've got that going on as well. And if you're single, maybe this is an opportunity to experience a new love. And maybe that's something that you've been a bit fearful to receive, or you've not been wanting to receive it maybe. But be open to the idea of being loved, you know, purely, I want to say. Because the Lovers card can be a real deep sort of soul energy love, you know. So if that's sort of showing up for you, if there's a soulmate love in some sort of format, whether it's romantically or friendship, embrace it, welcome it in, but 100% give yourself that in the first instance. That's the most important thing. So I hope you can make a bit of sense of that one as well. So an interesting set of cards, going to leave their messages with you. Keep shining bright, stay fabulous. What do I need to let you know about? The main thing happening this week, on Saturday, I am down in Brixham at Brixham Theatre in Devon, doing the second to last night of my mediumship tour, Spirit Magic tour for this year. So a beautiful night with Spirit awaits. We are selling quite well on the tickets now, so thank you very much if you're coming to support me in Brixham. It'd be lovely to see you there. It's going to be a fantastic night. I'm really buzzing for it. So I'm going to be going off grid from Friday, and then I'm probably not going to be on social media very much over the weekend, just because I want to completely focus my energy and give it all for my show in Brixham. But I know that your loved ones are going to be stepping forward with so much love, recognition and validation. So it's just going to be a beautiful night with Spirit. So come along if you're free and if you're around the Brixham or Devon area. So I think that's all I need to sort of let you know about, really. Keep shining bright, look after yourselves, have a cool week, what's left of it, and I'll catch up with some of you lovelies very soon. Take care. Bye for now.